What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol DLTR for Dollar Tree Inc. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, we have the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, obviously, this made a massive move today on the catalyst that the Dollar Tree, believe it or not, is going to be charging more than $1 for some of their items. So please tell me inflation isn't real, right? Anyways, regardless of that, what's going on with the chart? What can we do about this going forward? Obviously, we've made a huge gap, right? So that's the first thing to note here from the daily perspective. This chart is already marked up. We trade this one semi-regularly in the Discord. Anyways, what we're looking at underneath, under the 92.92, we'll call it, is a gap filled down towards 87.50. And again, is this going to happen tomorrow, the next day, or even in the following month? You know, it doesn't have to, but what we are saying is that underneath this low here does have potential to fill that gap. So that is worth noting. To the upside, what else are we looking at? Well, there's yet again another gap. So note that from here to here, we technically had a gap. So let's throw that one on the chart. Now, obviously, it's going to start filling again up and over today's high at 101.50. We'll call it for round numbers sake. And we also have a bump in the road at that 102.50. Again, rounding off here, noting that that's the prior top end of this overall range, which we traded in for quite some time, right? So I do think that that's going to act as a strong level at 102.44. Let's take a look now through the lens of the 30-minute, see how this move actually unfolded and what we can do about it going forward here. Let's expand this so it's maybe a little easier on your eyes on your screen. So doing something like this, that's a little bit better. So what we can see here is a large expansion of range. We'll take the fibs from the low all the way on up to the high of the move. And just obviously not even coming anywhere close to the 38.2 on any pullbacks, just consolidating nice and high and tight towards the end of the day. So what's noteworthy is that if we put the fibs on, do something like this. There we go. Let's clean them up, get them off the chart now. That gives quite a lot of wiggle room here for any sort of healthy consolidation that happens on the daily time frame chart. So looking at the daily, this could look something like this. You know, a hammer, indecision doji like that. It could look like a hammer. It could look like an inverted hammer or more of a doji with a body. Anything that kind of puts in a daily bull flag like this, as long as it holds up above that 98.20 mark, that's going to be your picture perfect play for a breakout higher into some of these upside targets. And again, remember that 102.50 is going to be kind of a thorn in the side of Dollar Tree, noting how strong of a resistance and top of a range it was from in the past. But after that, there is room to fill the gap, right? Up towards that 105 and then 106.75 would be the next major area of resistance from in here. So that's what I'm seeing to the upside. Again, the consolidation and price acceptance up here looks extremely healthy to me. We're going to monitor volume. Obviously, volume was extreme on today's session with that catalyst. As long as we see volume remain elevated here, a lot more interest in the stock, you are looking for the momentum play to continue on here in the upward direction. If we violate the bottom end here, I would really be patient and wait to see what the reaction is here at the 97 quarter mark, noting that it's the bottom end of this balance from in here. So we talked about the importance of the top. Let's also not forget the importance of the bottom. And now that that's below us, we would expect that to act as strong support. So in an ideal world, we don't make it all the way there. We consolidate there. But in a not so ideal world, we kind of do something like this, maybe put in some sort of ascending triangle for the breakout higher. And then on an ugly world, we obviously break down underneath that. Remember, and you can sort of eyeball it here, it's the 50% mark of today's range as well. So if we break down underneath, note that there's not a whole lot of candle structure here. I would imagine we make our way down towards that 92.92. But again, as it sits right now, as the chart currently sits, based on the volume, based on the high and tight consolidation in here, I don't really think that that's a likely scenario as we move forward into the remainder of this week and even next. So those are my thoughts here inside of Dollar Tree. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything new, definitely let me know down below in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description. And all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.